Hello and welcome back. So in this video, we are going to be creating an animated YouTube end screen using Canva, and I'll take you through the process step by step. So first of all, you need to open your Canva account and go to your dashboard so that you can start the process. Now, before I do anything, I'm going to show you the channel that I'm going to be designing the end screen for, because we need to know the theme of the end screen so that it fits in with the channel. So this is the channel that I'm going to be designing the end screen for. In this channel, basically it's a pack opening channel for football cards or soccer cards, if you call it that. So we need to make sure that it's relevant to the channel. So let's now go back to Canva. And what we're going to do is type in this search box here, and we're going to type in YouTube end screen. Then we can simply click onto either of these top two options. The first one says YouTube end screen. The second says YouTube video end screen. Both of them will take us to the same page. So I'll just click onto this top one here. This will now take us to the page full of YouTube end screen templates. So if you want to start by using a template, this will basically give you a head start to make it really easy and fast for creating your own end screen for your channel. So you can pick through any of these templates on this page. As you can see, there are tons to choose from. This one here is quite a nice, simple design, and it's quite a popular one as well. However, I want to start from scratch. So because I want to start from scratch, I'm going to go back to Canva, and all I'm going to do is click onto the video option just here, and this will create a blank video project, which is 1920 by 1080. And that is perfect for a YouTube video. So we're going to click onto this option here. And as you can see, this has created our project. Now straight away on the left, we can see loads of templates. And if you want to find more end screen templates, you can simply type in YouTube end screen, like I have done here. And you can get a head start once again by using any of these templates. All you need to do is simply click onto the one you want to use and add your own content to personalize it for your channel. However, I'm not going to be doing that, so I'm going to delete that template out of my project. Now to start with, the first thing that I'm going to do is edit the duration of my YouTube end screen video. And there are two ways that you can do that. You can either drag the page down here, and as you can see, the seconds is now all the way up to 13.2. Or alternatively, you can go to the top of the page and click edit timing, and you can enter your new timing. So I want 15 seconds, so I'll enter 15, and then I'll hit enter. So now, as you can see, this page will last 15 seconds in the video. So there we go, the duration is now set to 15 seconds, which is absolutely perfect for our YouTube end screen. Now what we're going to do is set up the background. Now to do that, you can either go to the background tab down here, and then select an image and set it as the background. So let's say you want to use this image here. This will be quite a cool background for your YouTube end screen. However, I don't want to use a default background image. I have actually uploaded an image that I'm going to use because I want it to be themed to the channel I'm creating the end screen for. So I'm going to click onto this photo down here. And now I'm simply going to drag it so that it's going to be covering the entire screen. So I'm just going to enlarge the image until it's bigger than the entire screen. I think that's a bit too big. And then we're going to center it. There we go, perfect. In fact, I'm going to make it a little bigger and center it again. There we go. So we have a background created. Now I want to customize my background image slightly. So I'm going to select it again, and I'm going to click the edit image button. Now what I want to do is add a blur onto this image. So I'm going to click the adjust option here, and down where it says blur, you can either drag this or you can simply enter in the number. I'm just going to enter 10. So we have now blurred our background slightly. You can tell what the background is, but it's not too overbearing because we have added a slight blur to it. So there we go. I'm now going to click out of this so that we don't so that we don't have the image selected anymore. And now what we need to do is start to add the elements to our YouTube end screen. So what I'm going to do is click onto elements on the left over here. And we are simply going to click onto lines and shapes. And I'm going to add this first square here. Now I'm going to select it and go to color and make it white. And now what I'm going to do is make it the same size as the background. As you can see at the bottom right down here, it is now 1920 by 1080. Now by doing this, I've made it so that the shape is the same size as a video format. So now what I'm going to do is hold Shift and make it smaller. And as you can see, what this did was lock the format so that the aspect ratio is still the same, so that a video will still fit perfectly in this shape. Now, if I did that without holding Shift, as you can see, the shape changes completely, and we do not want that. So what we're going to do now, whenever we need to change the size, is hold Shift and adjust the size like that. Now I want the width to be 600. There we go, that is perfect. So now I'm going to put this just here, and then I'm going to duplicate it. So you can either right click and click duplicate, or you can simply click it and click Ctrl D. Then I'm going to move the same shape to below the first one, and then I'll select both and center them in this design. There we go, that is perfect. In fact, I will group these two together so that when they are moved together. So what this will do is give us a place for the video end screen elements to be added within YouTube, but that will be later on. So we can leave this half of the end screen for now. And now what we're going to do is add a circle. Now I want to make the circle white as well. And I think the default size is actually perfect. So we're going to keep it centered and just move it over to the left. I think just about here is perfect. So this is where the subscribe elements will go within the YouTube end screen. Once again, this will be added within YouTube later on. Now what we can do is add some animated elements to our design. So let's go to elements on the left over here and click back. And what I'm going to do is type in the search box for animated arrow. There we go. So let's click onto graphics just here. And we're going to look for some cool animated arrows to add to our animated YouTube end screen. Realistically, you just need to add whatever you think suits your theme. I think that this one here could be quite good, so I'll click onto this and I'll make it smaller. And I'm just going to put one to the left of this rectangle here, and then I'll duplicate it and do the same for the one above. In fact, I'm going to make them even smaller. And then I'm going to duplicate it again. And there we go. I think this looks quite cool. However, I will center them to this shape. And then I'll duplicate these three. And I'll do the same with this down here. There we go. So we've added some animation to our design now. So now what I'm going to do is add an animated subscribe element as well. So I'm going to type in animated subscribe. There we go. I think this one here will be perfect, the very first one on the list. However, there are loads of animated subscribe elements that you can add, so add whatever you think suits your design. Now this needs to be made quite a lot smaller. And I'm just going to put it below where my YouTube channel icon will be. I think just about here looks good. And I think this is going well so far. So now what I'm going to do is add some elements that are going to make the YouTube end screen for my channel unique and stand out from other end screens. Now, I found recently that there are animated letters and numbers within Canva. So what I'm going to do is, because the channel I'm making this for is called A1F4, I'm going to add those letters in an animated way. So what I'm going to do is type in animated letters. And this A down here is what I was looking for. So I'm going to bring this into the design and of course make it smaller. And I'm going to have A1F4 at the top up here. So then we need to get the F. So I think if I go to Magic Recommendations, this will give me more similar animated letters. And here is the F. And then we need to find the 1 and the 4. There's the 4. And here's the 1. So we're going to bring the 1 in and make it the same size as the A. And then we need the F. And finally the 4 as well. And then I'm just going to make the 1 and the A slightly smaller. And then I'm just going to bring them all next to each other. Just like so. And then I think I'm going to make them all a bit smaller. So I'm going to select all of them and make them smaller. And then I'm just going to put them at the top right up here. Now, in fact, I'm going to move both of the subscribe and the icon element slightly to the right, because then I think it makes all of the content more centered and it makes it look better. So we're almost done. What we're going to do now is add some text, and I'm going to add it to above both of these shapes. So above this one, I'm going to put latest video, because this is where I'll display my latest video. And above this one, I will put recommended video. So I'm going to add some text right now. And then I'll simply write latest video. And I will change the font. I think that the Fredoka 1 font will look good. So I'll use that. And I'm going to bring that up here. And then I will duplicate this text and bring it down here. And I'm going to write recommended. Recommended. Oh, I've spelled that wrong. There we go. Recommended video for this video here. There we go. I think that is looking really good. Now, of course, you can change the sizes and any other details for your own YouTube end screen. However, now I think I'm going to add some more animation. So make sure that you have unselected everything. So click off of the design. Just simply click on the side over here and click the animate button at the top left. And by using page animations, you'll be able to animate every element within the page in one click. So for example, if I hover over one of these animation options, let's say disco, we can see how that animation will look in our design. Now I think I want to use the photo zoom option. And as you can see, that makes the background photo slowly zoom out during the video. So if I go back to the beginning of the video by using the scroller down here and click play, that is how my YouTube end screen looks now. So I think this looks pretty good. So if I click out of that again, we can now go back and click play once again to view the end screen that we have created. Of course, once you've uploaded your video to YouTube, you'll be able to add the end screen elements on top of this circle and these two rectangles. So we'll have the latest video element on top of this rectangle here, and a suggested video on top of this rectangle here. And then we'll have the channel element on top of this circle here with a subscribe button. So I think that once it's all uploaded, it will look absolutely fantastic. We have successfully created a YouTube end screen within Canva. Now you can add some other elements. For example, you could add your social media usernames, or you could make it so that it's just a subscribe element and one video. But I like the subscribe element and 2 video option, so that is what I have done. So there we go, that is all for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope that you've learned something new. I will see you in the next one. Once again, thanks and goodbye.